Thank you. Just waiting notification. Okay, boom. And we are live. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to a very special edition of Off the Record on the People's Podcast this afternoon. We have a wonderful guest with us today, one who's going to give us some amazing information as well as inspiration, and that is none other than the incredible author himself, Miles Felony. First of all, assalamu alaikum, sir. How are you doing?
Walaikum salam. All praise due to Allah. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. How are you, King?
Man, I'm doing. The honor is mine to have you on the People's Podcast. We have a lot of questions for you. We want to make sure that we support you and that we show love to you. So on behalf of myself, my family, and the viewing audience of the People's Podcast, we thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to come and have a conversation with us today. Before we get started, sir, we want to do a quick 60-second commercial break for all of the sponsors, the sponsorship of the podcast, and then we're going to get right into your interview. Is that all right with you, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, 1 second. Here we go. I just want to make sure. 1 second. Here we go. All right, and we're going to get right into it, and then we're going to come right back to our guest. Perfect. All right, here we go.
Brother Rashad Street Premiere. He has a 4K camera and a drone. He does television and film editing. Please reach out to him if you need any of those services. Sister Miriam's ABC I Love Me, children's book and coloring book, and now Spanish book. All three available on Amazon.com. Sister Naima's Stay on Point Dance Academy, LLC. She teaches ballet virtually to young girls all across the country, right here in the studios of Atlanta, Georgia. Rock Communications. If you're working on a book and you need copy, editing, project management, content development, or media relations, please reach out to Rock Communications. Student Minister Robert L. Muhammad's Conflict Mediation, squashing the beast throughout the Southwest region. He does a phenomenal job. His wife, Sister Fudia Muhammad's Giving Birth to a God and the Science of Child Rearing. Please make sure you go out and get a copy of her book as well. Fashion Gods, urban streetwear clothing for men and boys. 314-329-6009. He'll keep you dressed in the best of fashion. Brother Kenneth's Bow Tie Maker Extraordinaire. He'll ship you bow ties anywhere across the nation. Taj Hollywood's Chemistry 6 episode, a new television series out on YouTube. He's looking for actors and writers. Make sure you support him. Keep It Hood, helping others overcome depression. Also by Taj Hollywood. Brother Aaron's Elevated Places, stress management, real estate, credit, repair, and restoration. His Respect for Life Center. They do personal wellness, philosophy, emotional, and mental spiritual wellness. 229-344-1474. Dr. Henry Carter's King Henry Turkey Legs, right here in Atlanta, Georgia. Brother Rashad Muhammad's COVID-19 Disinfected Cleaning Services, out of Chicago. Student Minister Sharif Muhammad's book, A Soldier in the Movement of Christ, available on adulsharif.com. And lastly, Brother Joshua Muhammad's book, Cleopatra, as well as No Father, No Excuse, both available on Amazon.
Perfect. Okay, yes, sir. Thank you very much for your patience, and thank everyone for watching. All right, we're right back with you, so I had to get my sponsors out the way.
Allahu Akbar.
So, yes, sir. How did you get into becoming an author?
I've been a writer my whole life. My mother's her background is English. She's an English teacher, and so I've always had a talent for writing and knew it was something I liked to do. And then I got a bug in high school in my creative writing class. So I've always been a writer. I've always knew it was something that I like to do. And then one day I said I want to write a novel, and it was because I wanted to free myself. And you know, they say you should look for something that comes naturally to you, you know, and your art, and then, you know, use that to free yourself. So I knew that was it. So I started tapping into my writing.
Excellent. Yes, sir. And what is the name of your book and how can we get it?
Okay, it's Beg for Mercy. It's the Sin City Chronicles, Beg for Mercy. And it's on Amazon, and you can go to my website, milesfelony.com. Yes, sir. It's been on Amazon for a while, but I'm working on getting it straight to me, cutting the man out and getting it right to me, you know. So yes, sir. You could go to my link on and plus it's been so organic, brother, honestly, how this is all happening. So it's been a big word of mouth, people calling me locally in Vegas. It just grew organically. So yes, sir. But online and contact me. Yes, sir.
Excellent. Yes, sir. Now, Beg for Mercy. What type of novel is this, sir? What is it about?
Okay. Oh, it's a fiction. It's a fiction, but it has a lot of real undertone. It's about a bipolar homeless Vietnam vet who becomes a serial killer in Las Vegas. So in chapter 1, you meet this homeless guy and you see him, you follow him, and he has interactions with people while he's begging. And you see some people treat him bad, some people treat him good, and you follow him, and then you see him stalk somebody and murder them. And then it takes you back to the homeless person when he's 5, and you see his childhood and you see his whole life and how he gets to be the homeless person. And my person is a white Caucasian male. He grows up in Buffalo, New York. And you see him go through boot camp at Paris Island. He becomes a Marine and a sniper in the Marines. And he's raised, he has a deep religious background. You know, he has a grandfather that's a Christian minister. There's a lot of scriptural verses in this book because it's fiction, but you know, I'm us, brother. So I'm always trying to put something in there. So he's fighting with the dichotomy of being a killer for the military, but being religious, and he's trying to find who he is. And it shows you how he becomes the homeless person. And then in the last chapter, it brings you back to him as a homeless person, and he murders somebody else. And that's how it ends.
Yes, sir. Powerful, powerful. Okay, great. All right. And thank everyone. My sister Miriam says, peace, family. And thank everyone who was showing love all across the country. Yes, sir. So you said this is like a chronicle? This is going to be like a series that keeps going on?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, sir. Well, you know, I was born in New York, you know, upstate New York, Buffalo, where Rick James from, you know, but my mom and dad had to get away from that cold weather. So we moved here. I was 4. So Vegas has been my home, and I've seen the city transform so much, you know, and most people think of Vegas, they think of party, casinos, vacation, but I have deep roots and friends and family, you know, and so like director John Hughes used Chicago as his muse in his you know, all of his stories. I'm doing the same thing with Vegas. So the Sin City Chronicles will be fiction, nonfiction. It'll be comedy. You know, it's a chronicle of books with Las Vegas as my muse. And Beg for Mercy is just the first release from that chronicle.
That's amazing, sir. That's amazing. Excellent.
Allahu Akbar. Yes, sir.
Okay, great. And my next question for you is, how you spoke earlier off when we were off the air about how impactful going to prison or going to jail was for you. What transpired, and what did you learn?
Man, well, man, that's big. Like, yeah, because my pseudonym is Miles Felony, right? And you know, a lot of times what I've learned is people use jail and machoism as a badge of honor, like especially nowadays, everybody want to be gangster, right? And what I've seen is sometimes people think that that's my intention with my pseudonym, when there's nothing further from the truth. Like when I was writing my book, like I went to prison, and that was a thing of shame for me for so long, because that's not in my family, that's not in my DNA. I know my family, you know, I know my nana just passed away. She was brilliant. She was in Pride 75, member of the Nation of Islam. She just, you know, I know who I am. And so that was shameful to me. So when I got out of prison, I was doing good. I became a journeyman painter. Now I'm a journeyman electrician. I became supervisors, and I was progressing in life. But in the back of my mind, I didn't want anybody to know that I was a felon. I was ashamed of it. And you know, the most Hon Elijah Muhammad teaches us thought is the most powerful thing on the universe, traveling at 24 billion miles per second. And so if I'm thinking that in my head, that's holding me back in reality. And so when I realized that, I had an aha moment, and I knew that my purpose was tied into me going to prison, getting at risk youth and people that fall down. So I said, man, to free yourself from that shame, I'm gonna have to talk about it all the time and get comfortable. So I made my pseudonym Miles Felony because it was an albatross around my neck. So it was like a hijack for me to have to talk about it. So when I have book signings about a book that has nothing to do with that, I still talk about my purpose and getting that at-risk youth. So that's where the pseudonym came from. Yes, sir.
Wonderful, and that's powerful, sir. Okay, great.
Oh, not whack though.
Yes, sir. Now, speaking of at-risk youth, what advice would you give to them?
Oh man, the advice: do for self. Focus, man. What advice to the youth is everything that we've been taught is wrong, and that we have to listen to ourselves, and we have to slow down, and we have to develop as human beings, as men. Like they have to be trained as who we are. Because right now we think abusing women is good when if you understand the value of a woman that loves you, they can help you do anything you want to do. The devil has made the world right, the right wrong, and wrong right. So we would have to tell our youth to come back to a knowledge of self. We got to we got to teach them, but we got to sneak it in on them. Right now they're so far out there, bro. But but to start off, what my method is, I've been a boxer since I was 6. I've been a fighter. I train. So I like training kids, because that's what happened to me when I was in prison. I met a brother, the most disciplined person I've ever met in my life, brother Hon Elijah Muhammad. He would fast for 8 days straight. He was like 48. This brother he was just an amazing human being, the most electric person I've ever met. And so his method of teaching me the teachings through fighting, I do that with youth. So that's my method. But we got to teach them discipline, respect, honor. We got to teach them a code. We got to teach them that our brother is our other, and that we are our ummah, and that, we got to teach them who we are. That's all. Oh man, it's funny you say that. And stop me, Joshua, because I'll ramble. When Brother Supreme, he has that clip when he was like, what are you going to do in this dispensation of time? When you have to be the link between ancestor and ancestor. I think about that all the time, man. And I feel like if your name is Joshua, like if this is the Joshua generation, then people like you and I, bro, we like Professor X. We the ones teaching them. How powerful is that? So I think that's what we got to do, Joshua.
Excellent. Yes, sir. And, I'm definitely somebody who's a big proponent of mutant pride and, love the X-Men and comparing it, and seeing the correlations with us. Speaking of X-Men, do you have any goals of turning your book series into a movie series and or a television series?
Absolutely. Sky's the limit. I don't believe in ceilings. I saw it when I wrote it. So I see things. So absolutely. Right now, I'm actually shooting a visual, I'm calling it a first look into my book, because, in this process, I've learned that you have to meet the people where they are to get them your art. So readers read my book and it's boom. But in this age of social media, we're visual, So right now I'm shooting visual snippets into each first chapter, but they're clips. And I've already started. I'm almost done with my first one, and I'm about to be releasing them in a series to bring people into reading my book. So that's it's already kind of started. Yes, sir.
That's amazing. Great. Yes, sir. And thank everyone who continues to like, share, subscribe all over the country. Thank you for showing love. Has there ever been a time, sir, when you were in New York, in prison, and or being in Las Vegas, where you've been faced with fear? And if so, how have you overcome that fear?
Man, absolutely, beloved. Great question. Man, well, absolutely, man. Everybody fears. I always think when you say fear to me, I think of the minister in that bull and him walking in Phoenix.
Yes, sir.
Anything somebody talks to me, brother, and my hard drive is the teachings of the most Hon Elijah Muhammad. So everything bounces off that. So if you tell me something, say, well, a minute, we know fear. You got to go at fear, and
Yes,
you
sir.
see what happens to fear. In prison, that's one thing I learned, man, because like I was voted most attractive in high school. I'm an eloquent, intelligent person, but I also I'm a sweetheart, but then I have a whole other side. I'm with it. If it go down, it go down. So I learned in prison that you can give love, you can be who you are as long as people understand that there'll be consequences if you do something, because I'm a very loving, I laugh, I'm jovial, people and people are often drawn into that. And then, when people get close to you, they'll try to take advantage. So fear. But I feel personally with fear, I try to run at fear. I don't run from fear, because I know that you evolve from fear, and struggle is ordained, overcoming difficulty, Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Wonderful. Okay, great. And Sister Sabira Muhammad says, will you change your character from murderer? Does he evolve into like a death angel? I guess she has to read the book.
She,
Does she have to read the book?
oh, she already got it. Allahu Akbar. Well, since she said it, in his mind, that's the realization he comes to. He thinks that his existence on this planet is he was created to be an angel of death. So in Ecclesiastes, it says there's a time to live, there's a time to die, there's a time to fall, cry, there's a time to be happy. He thinks that that's what he is, and that's his purpose. And so in his sickness, his mental disorder, he has justified his actions, and he judges people, and he thinks as God has ordained him to be a righteous judge of people and to help cleanse the earth. So that's what he thinks he is. Yeah, that's a spoiler, but the book is super deep. So it's yeah. But yeah, good question. Thank you.
Beautiful. Okay, excellent. And thank you for the question. Thank you for your answer, sir. My next, I want to know, you spoke about being a father off air. What advice would you give to future fathers?
Be there for your children. Keep them with you. Teach them the truth from a young age. Don't teach them hocus pocus and fairy tales. It's a real world. Teach them that the ground is under your feet, and whatever you can conceive, you can achieve. And to be fearless. The minister said we have to have a conquering mind. We got to change who we, right? So we got to be conquerors. So that's how I raise my babies, man. I'm grateful. I see that in them. Like, my children walk fearlessly, and I'm grateful for that. But I would teach them we got to be, man, look, let's stick our finger in the ground and turn this planet around. It's our planet. It's our time. So yes, sir.
Wonderful. Yes, sir. My next question is, what type of music do you listen to?
Oh, come on, man. Now we talking. Well, thank you. Good question. I'm eclectic, man. Bach, Marvin Gaye, the Rolling Stones. My father was a jazz musician, and he loved blues. So I grew up loving blues and jazz. My mother loves blues, jazz, rock, R&B. So the Eagles, country. My mom is like, wow. So she would put on records, and we would just listen to music growing up. And so it's funny you say that. Every chapter in my book is a song title from the 60s, and each song kind of depicts what the chapter's about. So you got Back Down Memory Lane by Minnie Riperton, All Things Must Pass, You've Got a Friend, If There's a Hell Below, We're All Gonna Go. And because I'm an old soul, but I just like good music. I like real music. I like musicians. Come on, the minister's so brilliant. I like violins. I like everything. My father name, my middle name is Miles, after Miles Davis. So I love jazz. John Coltrane. It's like
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Jazz musician, probably. Yes, sir.
Wonderful. Yes, sir. Okay, great. And I also wanted to ask you, that's very phenomenal about how you did the book titles and with the songs and things like that. When you do your television series and movie series, is there a way that we can collaborate? I'm an actor and an author as well. I would love to work with you, sir. Can you hear me?
Oh man, Joshua, I hear you. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir, I can.
Okay, yeah, I hear you loud and clear. Man, you took the words out of my mouth, beloved. Last night, beloved, I was already saying I want to hear my brother Joshua, and because absolutely, brother, I need you. Like, because it's the thing, brother Joshua. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad said, when you get 4 or 5 like minds together, we go far, right? And I know you got to know what you're good at and know what you're not good at. I have Michael Jordan type talent. I say that with humility, but I need my Dame Dash. I need help. So I would love that. Man, that would be a blessing in my life. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. It would be an honor as well. What is the name of your book again, and how can we order it?
Beg for Mercy. And right now I'm sending everybody to my website, www.milesfelony.com. And if not, you can, you could just hit me on Facebook or Instagram. And I've mailed them out to people and signed them. Right now it's been very personal, boom, with a bookmark, and a personal message. So when you hit me there, you just hit me right now. My goal, I'm a supervisor. I'm a union electrician. and we make good money. So, but my goal is to outwork that so I can't have to quit. So I'm trying to build it up. So it's like, boom, I'm out of there. So as soon as that happens. So yeah, but yep, my website or social media.
Wonderful. Yes, sir. That's amazing. One more question for you, sir. And since Sabir is asking, people showing you love all across the country, what would you like your legacy to be?
Well, I know the thing, I know one of my purposes, I know my purpose is to help deliver the now 50 million dead to the Lamb of God. And so my part of my legacy is to use my creative gifts to spark creativity and imagination, and especially people that think that they're done, they're down. You know, like, man, wait a minute, you God. Like, I'm energy. So like, man, no, you God. You can do this. Like, what I'm good at is seeing what people are good at and height. Like I'm like the person, no, bro, you good at that. Do this, like, and I'll give myself freely. And so I'm getting at them youth. That's gonna be my legacy. One of them, you know. Yes, sir.
Excellent. Wonderful. And I want to thank everyone for watching today. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. Mr. Miles Felony, I want to thank everyone who likes, shares, and comments and subscribes to the People's Podcast. We're glad to be back this Sunday, starting off our marathon of interviews today with Miles Felony. I can't wait to read your book, and I can't wait to partner and work with you, sir.
Likewise, man. Hey, thank you. I appreciate you, beloved. I met your father, brother, and it was like meeting Jay-Z, man. Because like my father would make us sit down and watch The Minister, my mother and father, on Betamax, and I would see your father like a robot, just so strong, man. When I met him, he was that, but he was a loving person, and I want to thank you for your family and your service, and I want to say, may Allah be pleased with your mother, and we love you, bro. You know, yeah, man, all praise due to Allah. That's what I want to say. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, man. And I look forward to meeting you and your family. May Allah continue to bless you and your family as well. Thank everyone who continues to watch. This is Joshua Leonard Muhammad signing off for the People's Podcast. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Wa alaikum salam, black man.